Hello everyone, welcome to SJ Talks. This is your host Adya, and today's guest is a professional with extensive experience in project, portfolio, profile, and program management. And she right now is currently associated with Oracle. From being a very respectful and very talented portfolio manager, she also has a PMFP certificate, and along with this, she's also deeply enthusiastic about leadership as well as communication, because of which she works in organizations wherein she also participated in several international Toastmaster organizations, providing and paving the way for leadership. She is deeply passionate about leadership, mentoring, coaching, communication. So please let us welcome Miss Sirisha Pammi.
Thank you so much, Adya. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sparing your time and coming all the way here. It's been a pleasure.
Same here.
So, you have been working in this field for so long, right? What initially attracted you towards this area of work?
The portfolio management.
Yeah.
Um, it's been a long journey. So I started my journey as a developer in different pharmaceutical companies and life sciences organizations. I work for life sciences. I started my journey as a developer, and what actually attracted me is to the process efficiencies, the taking people along with us is what attracted me. Initially, when I was a developer, I was competing with everybody. But in the long run, I learned that it is not only technical knowledge, not only competition that works, but the collaboration with people, making sure you help them, help them to leverage their goals, support them with achieving their goals, etc. So this actually helped me to pave my path as a manager, then senior manager, and now managing a portfolio.
Okay.
First, the my leadership has in with me also helped me to reach this position.
Okay. And for people who are not too familiar with what portfolio management is, can you just like give a brief explanation of what it exactly is?
So a project, right? It's a collection of multiple tasks, right? So in project we have a project manager and team. So collection of multiple projects is called program.
Okay.
And collection of multiple programs and multiple projects is a portfolio. So it can be a customer portfolio, it can be a technical portfolio, or combination of both.
Okay.
When it comes to portfolio management, unlike program management or project management, you have to think through your organization goals.
Okay.
Constantly check whether you're able to achieve the organization goals or not. Your portfolio is aligned strategically or not. If you are meeting, then you are managing your portfolio successfully.
Term that we didn't hear much. I mean, usually it's project management and program management. What is the difference between a portfolio management and a project or a program management?
So that's what I said. So project is you have a set of team members,
Yeah.
a project manager, a designer, an architect, and developers, QA, etc. That is a project. Similarly, in program management also, for one customer, you may work for multiple projects. That is a program management. But portfolio management is combination of all. Program management for multiple customers, it can be an efficiency project, it can be a proper customer project where you are managing their configurations, deployments, implementations, customizations, integrations, everything. You are working for a customer, you are working for a region, etc. All that combinedly called as a portfolio management.
And like you said, like everyone, this looks like you have to add a lot of work because it includes different areas of work.
Exactly.
During this phase, did you ever come out of your comfort zone, to go with the professional flow, or like the challenges that you faced in your professional journey?
Yes, I would like to explain a few scenarios here.
Okay.
So, in 2011 or 12, I was delivery lead in my portfolio at that time, and I was managing JPAC projects.
Okay.
So I was a principal consultant at that time. I was not even a manager. So we were asked to move Japanese business to India.
Okay.
So obviously Japanese team was not very happy about this decision,
Okay.
but we have to complete this activity very seamlessly without hurting anybody. So, myself and my manager started collaborating with them, trying to understand and trying to explain them what is the process to be followed. For us, it is a cakewalk because we have done these kind of transitions a lot. So the transition was done, the work was moved, we completely successfully delivered the first project. And while we are working on the second project, we could not meet the some of the quality KPIs.
Okay.
So that was the opportunity for Japanese team. So it was raised with their head, the leadership head, saying that we are not capable, the KPIs were not met, etc. But for other regions, it was okay. But this region, it was not okay. So then we did analysis. Where did we go wrong? What can be done better? And we did the analysis, and we had to create a process around it so that the next project onwards it is going to be a successful.
Okay.
From then, in that year, we have completed around 15 projects and all were successful. And we have saved $15 million for the company because of this transition from Japan to Hyderabad, I mean, India. So, what really went well for me is understanding their culture. It is one thing that where I came out of my comfort zone, right? Till then I was just a developer, developing, managing a lot of projects from JPAC, etc. But when it comes to Japanese customers, Japanese team, it is very important for me to understand their culture because Japan people are very quality oriented. They can't take it any issue with the quality. So I we understood that, and we also understood the way of their work, the work culture. They come on time, they leave on time. For us it is little different. We are flexible with our timings because we have to work with US customers, Australian customers, etc. So we are flexible with respect to timings, but Japanese team is not. So we had to create a process in place when we are working with Japanese customers. And at the same time, I was a delivery lead.
Okay.
Doing any development activity, but I am making sure my team is doing that.
Okay.
Keep on motivating my
Yeah.
to make sure that they are delivering the best and they are meeting the KPIs. At the same time, we all are meeting the KPIs. So it's a constant motivation, constantly explaining them the difficulty that we have faced, and that made me come out of my comfort zone. And after that it went very well, no issues. And I used to share a weekly report with them, with the team, Japan team, so that they are comfortable and they gain that trust on us. So that helped me to come out of my comfort zone and make that project very very successful. And recently, one more example, the AI.
Okay.
Everybody is coming out of their comfort zone
Yeah.
to learn AI. So it is just not coming out of my comfort zone, but how to not only learning AI, right? How to implement.
Implementation.
How can my organization or my portfolio gain that advantage or the value with AI, and what kind of reviews to be in place, guardrails to be in place. So all that. So I have to come out of my comfort
Yes.
zone to check out the plan process for my team. The scenarios.
But I think from whatever you told, though you came out of your comfort zone, there were excellent results that came out.
Exactly. Yes.
It's always important to do that whenever you're there because you always have something to learn.
Yes.
You have learned so much.
So much. Yes.
And talking about learning, you have the PMFP certificate, right? What exactly drove you towards taking that certificate? And
So PFMP
Yeah, PF.
is driven by PMI, Project Management Institute. So this institute rolls out a lot of standards, frameworks, which can be helpful for project management, program management, and portfolio management professionals.
Okay.
Their standards or business or framework that they deliver are very, very close to real world scenarios, which actually gives us a lot of knowledge to manage these portfolios.
Okay.
So 10 years back, I thought of writing PMP, project management professional.
Okay.
So but I couldn't do that due to personal reasons. But when I went back in 2025, I realized that I am now managing a portfolio. So why can't I write PFMP? So that's where my journey to write PFMP has started. So to write PFMP, it's not easy. You need to put a lot of investment in with your time, effort, and money as well. So before that, you have to have 15 years of experience and 4 years of experience with portfolio management.
Okay.
And there will be multiple levels of scrutiny happens before the board approves you to take that portfolio professional exam.
Okay.
So it was difficult, and as I said, you should have 15 years of experience, then only you can take it up. So I took it as a challenge and a great learning as well. So the trainer gave me a lot of real world examples which helped me to manage my current portfolio as well.
Okay.
So that's how my journey started, and I completed it in 2025.
Okay. So when did you start it? Like the
In
year?
2024,
Okay.
I took nearly a year
Okay.
to understand, to complete my application, to go through all those reviews, and complete the training and preparation.
Okay. What has been your favorite part of the whole 1 year journey of getting the certificate?
The training.
Yeah. Oh,
It
okay.
was 2 weeks of training.
Okay.
The concepts, right? There will be 5 major areas: strategic alignment, governance, metrics, and communication and risks, right? So these how you have to plan and proceed, create a process around these 5 areas to align your goals with your the company's strategy. That is what will be taught in this training. So I really liked that the way the trainer explained, and I was able to relate to my real world examples as well. So that's the best part.
Okay. And like throughout the journey, as we spoke about the difficulties that you faced, but let's go to the contrary side. All one of the most memorable, or the happy moments wherein you feel like, oh my gosh, I like what I'm doing, the work that I'm doing. So was there any memorable part of your journey that will always stick by you and just gave you immense happiness to work in that field?
So we work for life sciences.
Okay.
So when I say life sciences, so whenever a drug comes to market, like for example your paracetamol, right? It will be gone into different trials. It will be tested on animals first, and then it will be tested on humans. So we work on that product.
Okay.
Where when they were testing on humans, they will enter all those details in our product, and we configure and create that product for our customers.
Okay.
The way that we work is very, very crucial, because even if we miss 0.00 precision, it may be dangerous to the patients. So we have to be very, very careful. That is why the quality is very, very important in our journey. So that is what I tell to my team, and that is what keep me going.
Okay.
I have total 21 years of experience, and all these years I am in life sciences industry. So that keeps me, I am dealing with people's lives, is what keeping me motivated. And when it comes to technology side, right, I am very passionate about technology, learning new things in technology. So in 2018 or 19 time, I was a senior manager at that time. So for one of our products, we are working on implementation, right? While we are doing implementation, we have to write a lot of instructions to the team so that they implement or deploy the product in the servers. So it's been the same work, repetition, right? We have to write in Word documents, and they have to implement it. Sometimes it takes us 5 days. They don't need to do anything; just need to sit and watch.
Okay.
So, one of my team members came to me and said, Isha, why can't we automate this?
Hmm.
I said, good idea, go ahead and do it. And he came after some time, he came to me and he showed me a proof of concept. I really liked it. And
Okay.
I proudly presented it to my leadership team, and everybody discouraged me. There is some kind of discouragement that, this is not going to work, Sirisha.
Hmm.
Like, I said, okay, let me take this as a challenge. I let me present this to the respective team who are actually implementing these projects, and then they're okay. It's a matter of trying, right? So I went to the respective team and I explained this to them. I actually pitched about this idea to them,
Okay.
and they were very, very happy.
Oh, okay.
They asked me to release it as soon as possible.
Okay.
And I came back and explained to my leadership. I got sponsorship within a day or two, and the same team member developed it, and we rolled it out. This incident gave me a lot of confidence that if your intention is right and you really want to create an impact, anything is okay. Even simple one can also make a lot of impact. So
Okay.
I always remember this incident. If I am low due to any reason, it definitely gives me some motivation.
Okay. So, from what the story that you told us, from your incident, one thing we get is, how important it is to just stay true to what you want so that you can just get what you want when you're just true to yourself. And you've also working in Oracle right now, currently associated. So, how is your daily routine like? Not in detail, but just a brief.
Yeah, I don't do the same task daily, but I can
Okay.
explain what
Yeah.
what I do. So when I go to office or when I log in, I check all the emails, or if there are any actions, I will complete those, and then I have multiple dashboards, which to check the project statuses. So we work on short duration projects, but volumes are high.
Okay.
I check the dashboard, everything is fine or not. I talk to my managers to understand if they have any issues or escalations to address. And then I go through the KPIs, whether we all are in green or not. And then I also I'm driving few AI initiatives, automation initiatives, so that for some of the projects I'm playing advisory role. So I talk to them, we brainstorm if needed, and give the directions to the team accordingly. And after that, I have some monthly or weekly activities where I have to check the utilization of the team, whether everybody is occupied or not, what is the forecast, opportunities that are coming in the future, and whether we have sufficient capacity or not. So all that will be checked. And I'm also managing the forecast, demand and capacity of life sciences, entire life sciences team. So I share the reports with the leadership team, and I also talk to my counterparts. It can be sometimes sales, pre-sales, support. So we collaborate where, sometimes we need to collaborate to solve customer escalation or
Okay.
anything. So we talk to them. And I also have different industry counterparts. So I work for life sciences. We have other industry team members as well. So I talk to them. Sometimes they may need some help. So in case if they need any help, I will help if I can. So that's how it goes.
Okay. So, and from what I introduced, you're also very interested in leadership, right? And right now you have led several teams. So, many people find it very difficult, to lead cross-functional teams wherein, different people in that team have different goals, and managing those sometimes gets really hectic. So, did you ever manage a cross-functional team, and how did that go
Yes,
by?
the AI solutions and all that I am currently managing requires cross-functional team support. Sometimes we have to work with people from sales, from US, who are my counterparts, QA teams, support teams. What is important when we are managing large scale initiatives is identifying the stakeholders and make them aligned or keep them
Okay.
aligned with your strategic goals.
Okay.
So, in project management, if you take a project, so there will be a project manager and other teams will be assigned, and project manager will be managing everybody. It's a direct relationship.
Okay.
But when we are managing cross-functional, they are not directly reporting into you. So you have to keep motivating them to work for you.
Okay.
That is a difficult challenge, a difficult part of the project actually. So you have to make sure you are collaborating with them. You're not forcing them because they also have their own priorities to complete. So at the same time, you have to make sure they are working for you. So communication and setting expectations with them plays a major role in this area. So communicate regularly, explain the situation, explain the dependency on them. You may not need them every day, but whenever you need them, they have to work for you. So align your goals with company's strategic goals so that they understand and they work for you. That is a major challenge. And one more challenge is keeping the team motivated. Right? It is the employees who works for us for these projects. So we have to keep them motivated. Whenever, especially with the large scale projects, sometimes they just lose the motivation.
Okay.
Routine work,
Yes.
nothing interesting. So keep them motivated. Celebrate the short wins, the phase gate reviews, celebrate all those so that
Okay.
they keep motivated.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from whatever you've said, you're a woman in a leadership position, right? And sometimes that can get very exhausting because, we face several internal issues, like one, let's say the glass ceiling and concepts like that, right? So, what difficulties did you face as a woman in leadership, and how does it just feel to be there?
Interesting question. Sometimes the acceptance, right? Sometimes men won't accept us. Most of the times, not. I'm
Yeah.
not saying every man is like that, but sometimes men won't accept. Having a woman as their leader, they don't listen to us. But fortunately, I got very nice managers.
Okay.
But when it comes to other stakeholders, they may not be nice always.
Okay.
Have to constantly, strive for that, constantly manage that glass ceiling. Sometimes they're also biased. When I was a manager, people manager, and I was about to get promoted. And everybody, my manager proposed my name to become a senior manager, and everybody rejected that, saying that, she's not right at this point in time. So, but she supported me, and to get back the trust, it was very difficult. Now they believe in me. The every decision that I take, they believe in me and they support me and they trust me because it's a journey, right? Trust, it won't be built in a day or two. So it's a journey that we constantly need to keep it up. I have some friends, women, they always see this biased. They don't accept men or don't accept them as their leader. And some of the comments, like, tags,
Yeah.
you're emotional.
Yeah.
So you can't be emotional in leadership. But I feel having emotional intelligence is needed for a true leader. because you need to connect to your team, to your stakeholder emotionally, so that you can understand them, what they are going through, right? Not always I can be in a same happy face, right? I also have my personal life. I may have some emotions, some issues, personal issues, whatever. So you have to understand those for your people. So take them along with you. So yes, we always face these, and just do what you are doing, be authentic, follow the process. It will be taken care of in the
Yeah.
long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you said, emotions are something that we all feel like, experience in a particular workplace. But I've seen so many people carry their the emotions experienced in the workplace and take it home. Or the ones they experience in home, they come and take it out at the workplace. Do you think that is justified, or that is normal, or is that something that needs to be changed?
It is definitely not justified. So that is why it is important. We need to be self-aware. That is the first concept in emotional intelligence,
Yes.
right? So you had an issue or a bad experience at home, and you are taking it away on your people, right? Because they are not aware of your situation, what you are going through in the background, right? You may have some issue with traffic, for example. It may anything, right? So, but you can't show it off on your people because they are not aware of what's going on in your head, right? So maybe you set that expectation, guys. I had a very bad experience, so give me 15 minutes. I will be back and I will talk to you. So set that expectation, take a break, go for a coffee, or and you have lot of things. Sometimes I listen to music, a melody which controls my emotions, and I'll get back to the work. The same vice versa also.
While managing large scale projects, you'll have to have different sectors of areas that you want to focus on, and sometimes your ideas of what is right may be different, and sometimes your team's ideas of what needs to be done is different. So has there ever been a clash of, let's say, opinion, and how did you deal with that?
Most of the times there will be a clash because we are humans, right? So we have to deal with very you know with a process. It can't be, no, you just follow whatever I said. It can't be done in that with that one sentence, right? So whether it is my idea or other person's idea, what we have to think is that solution, whatever they mentioned, or opinion, is it matching with my larger purpose?
Okay.
Is my goal, my project goal, or my organization goal, is it matching with that respective goal or not? If it is matching, and if it is going to give a great result, and it is shared by my team member, and I definitely going to agree with him or her and follow that, because it is not my ego, right? It is the large organization goal, and if it is aligned very strategically, let's go ahead with that. And this, it keeps your team also motivated, and in the long run they started trusting you, and they work for you, and they help you whenever you need. Yeah.
So motivation is something that's very important, right? So you motivate your team, but what keeps you motivated?
I'm a self-motivated person, because since my childhood, my father told me the statement. In Telugu we say, "Kodite ఏనుగు కుంభస్థలాన్ని కొట్టాలి" అనేవాళ్ళు. So that means you aim for the high. You aim for the high, or don't aim at all. But don't hang in the middle. Because we came from a middle class family. So he always said this statement to me. And it keeps me motivated all these years. And I'm going to remember this statement throughout my life. So that is what I always strive for. I will be around 80%. Wherever I go, I will be in the 80% of the level. and I will try to move to 85% or 90%, which is not easy, but I do things in such a way that it makes me feel visible, share my insights with anybody, with my team members or with my peers or with my leadership. So that keeps me motivated. And I do a lot of creative work with respect to initiatives, etc. So that definitely keeps me motivated.
Like you told, your father was the one that gave you your statement, right? I think childhood plays a very important role in, shaping you to the person that you have become. So can you share like something similar to that? Just like, let's say, a childhood story to keep it lighter.
Yeah, so my parents are teachers. So they
Okay.
retired as headmaster and headmistress.
Okay.
So one thing I learned from them is discipline, planning, following a process, and quality.
Okay.
My father used to say, whatever you are acting on or whatever activity you are taking on, complete it with quality and take the accountability of your own actions.
Okay.
And he gave me a lot of freedom. He used to ask me to you know that laptop desktops,
Yeah.
right? So with the big CPU. So he that CPU, I don't know why. When I took it to the shop for repair, it works fine with him. When I take it to home, I don't know why it doesn't work.
Okay.
So from my place to the shop, it is a 1 hour bus journey.
Okay.
So I used to take it and within my hands and used to go to that shop, get it repaired, and come back home twice in a month.
Okay.
Twice, but because he gave me that he asked me to do those tasks independently so that I can do anything and everything on my own in the future. So again, whatever I want to become, whatever I want to learn, he gave me that freedom. He asked me to choose what he wants me to do. So that freedom, that independence, and all these characters, right? The ownership, accountability, that helped me mold my journey and whatever I am today.
And we all have these certain core characteristics in us that that are there from a long time. Like, just for an example, I am very stubborn when it's about doing something that I like. So what are your such core characteristics, and how did they help you grow in your personal and professional life?
Yeah, my husband and my father know aware of this. So if I say something, if I decide on something, and if I say that confidently, that means it has to be done.
Okay.
So there won't be any distraction,
Okay.
because that is my core character. Because before I decide, I do a lot of research, get the data, talk to different people, and I also go with my gut feeling,
Okay.
that I have in all these years, right? So they just say, okay, go ahead. They don't even, they ask a lot of questions. I explain and they're happy. Just go ahead. So that is one characteristic, right? I just go with, and they're happy about it. And if I am not comfortable or 50-50, I'm not able to take the decision, then I go to them for suggestion. So they know that, okay.
And being a woman, usually when you're working, you have to balance both your home and both your professional life. And so many women, they have stopped the work that they were doing, taken a break, and even if they want to get back into their careers, they start doubting their own capabilities, right? What would you give advice, the advice that you would give to that section of population?
I think that is our nature. We keep doubting on ourselves, right? So, and we also feel regret.
Yes.
Am I doing best to my children?
Yes.
Office, professional work. Am I giving my best to my children? I'm leaving them behind to a nanny or to my in-laws and just going on work. Is it okay? How are they going to feel? How my in-laws are going to feel? How my husband is going to feel? All that regrets. right? But it is okay. It is okay that you also need to think about yourself, right? It is okay to keep your son with with nanny or with husband or with in-laws and go for a walk or a parlor or spa. It is absolutely fine, because you also need to take care of yourself. Okay, I would like to tell all the women that you have to give permission to yourself that it is okay. It's not the end of the world.
Yes.
Nothing is going to happen to anybody.
Yes.
Okay, they are going to survive. They're going to learn, and don't be there for everybody, and don't set false expectations.
Yes.
You also need to take that break for yourself, for your work, for your journey in your career. So it is absolutely fine, and it is okay to take that break and give that permission. Don't without any regrets. Give that permission to yourself.
And this generation and the previous generation are very different, right? What do you think is the one that separates the both of them?
There is, I mean, I don't say separates, but
Differentiates.
yeah, differentiation. What I have observed is the discipline, perseverance, and consistency, right? So what I have seen is the this generation, they need quicker results,
Okay.
right? Quicker results are good. Quick wins are very good for the short term, but when you are thinking about long term, definitely you need to be disciplined. You need to get the experience, right? So I have worked on more than 100 projects till now, right? That experience helped me a lot.
Okay.
And when I completed first project, the experience that I compare the experience with now that I have, it's no, it's not comparable at all,
Okay.
right? So have the discipline, patience. Also have patience, and consistently do your job. It is going to give you better results in the long run. That is what I have observed.
And like you said, you in the start of your work were completely different, and you right now are completely different because there's obviously been a huge time span of growth, right? What is the biggest difference that you noticed in yourself?
So when I started my career or initial years of my journey, I was very independent developer.
Okay.
I used to
Yes.
compete with everybody,
Yeah.
right? I I also push people to achieve results. I
Okay.
was very result oriented at that
Okay.
time. I have to complete. I completed my activity, and I expect everybody to complete, right? I was very much result oriented at that time, but in the long run it got changed. What I understood is it is also people, you know keeping your people with yourself, right, is also needed, important in the longer journey, because it is a people who has to work for you. Not always the result is going to give you or make you a great leader, right? It's a people who help you to who work with you to achieve that goal. So you have to take your people, you have to be people oriented, empathize with them, understand their pain, understand their problems, be with them, take them along with you in your journey, provide opportunities, mentor them if needed. That is definitely going to keep become make you become as a leader. That's what I learned.
Yes. And you see certain businesses, they have like a peak area of growth. Like during a timeline, they grow like continuously, and then after one point, they just get very stagnant. And from there, their growth is done. Like it doesn't go up, and sometimes it even comes down. So, why do you think that actually happens? Like there's a huge growth scale, and then suddenly it stops and becomes completely stagnant. And how do you avoid it?
So sometimes, even if you take a project or any efficiencies that we are working on, initiatives, right? There will be a period where they are going to, you can't do much or anything about it. It reached a peak position, right? And you can't do much about it. For example, I need 100 hours to complete a project, for example. And you may use AI or some automation. You may take it to 70, but after that you can't do anything much about it, right? So you have to understand, okay, this is the my peak area. I mean, break even. I can't do anything about it. So leave it. Let it go as it is.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing we need to do is we need to understand is why we reached that position. Is it due to a product or our service, or it is, as I just explained, is it reached a break-even point which where we can't automate or anything, do anything about it? So at the time, just keep it as it is.
Okay.
Think about others, other initiatives, or any other strategic plans which help you to reach your organization goal. Yeah.
Yeah, and as a final question, I think in all our heads, there's this one time we ask ourselves that, if I met the younger version of me or the childhood version of me, I would tell her this, this, this. So, what would you tell your younger version of you?
The same. Keep people with you, right? You should have done that. I should have done that. I was very competitive, as I said, but I could have helped my team members, my peers, and I took them with me. Supported, must have supported them. But one thing I am very proud of is the technology that I learned. The areas that I learned during that time was more than now, right? So I was very happy with my younger self also, because I was able to learn a lot during that time. And but yes, I could have taken my people along with me instead of result oriented. I should have people oriented, and based on the situation, I should have acted. So that's the only thing I will say to my younger self.
Okay. And just a small activity to end it off on a very light note. Let's have a rapid fire session
Sure.
where I will just tell you options and you'll have to just quickly select from them. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Always. Even
Always.
I like coffee. Which travel destination do you like?
You know what? Anything is okay.
Okay.
Because we never traveled out of the country. So
Okay.
any country out of India is okay with me.
Okay. Going out or staying in?
Going out.
Okay. Books or movies?
Movies.
Movies. Which is your favorite? Or do you have a favorite?
All the people around who came in 1990s or 2000,
Okay.
mainly Chiranjeevi.
Okay.
In Hindi, Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay. Sweet food or spicy food?
Combination,
Okay.
sweet and spicy.
Okay. You like ice cream?
No,
Okay.
not
What is your
much.
favorite dessert?
Dessert is gulab jamun,
Okay.
but I don't eat much sweet. I just taste it.
Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you. And I think my favorite moment of this whole podcast was when you spoke to all the women. I think I myself felt heard. It was very inspirational.
Thank you so much.
I think I went so in awe that I forgot to address it and immediately went to the next question because I really loved that segment and I just felt like telling you that. So
Thank you so much.
ma'am, for sparing your time and being here with us this early, that too. So it's been a very extreme pleasure talking to you right now.
Same here. Thank you so much for having me and giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So that's it for today's podcast. And for more such podcasts, we would really appreciate if you support us by like, share, and subscribing to this video.